or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here's Mills. He gets it complete to Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them with no gain.
Now a second down throw for Mills. He gets it to Cooks. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Mills. Got his man. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the foot. now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Harris running straight ahead. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Mills. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Room here to run, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Mills on first down. Wright's got it. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Mills. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On the give, this is Harris. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
The Raiders had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. They'll set up a throw. The quick slant caught. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Jacobs, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Carlson able to put this one through. So a long drive
gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mills now. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Calling no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So they
opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man in the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second and 9 now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent gain, 35 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Mills. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Mills. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Divine Diablo. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback,
it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
He's trying to get that to Brevin Jordan.
And it's 3rd down.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes I guess maybe Charles. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be second down.
Mills again.
His throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Mills to throw it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a give, running left is Harris. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football thrown 20-yard line. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mills. That is caught by Anderson. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mills. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Again, it's Mills. Steps away to his left. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Throwing, Mills. That's caught at the 1. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Offense set to get this drive started. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a month. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
He's got Jordan complete right side. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor
And it's a first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
First down throw for Mills. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A second down throw for Mills.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mills now.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
One last shot for Mills.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.